Not Drake's boothing, J. Prince, ditching him like a hot potato in the middle of his epic feud with Kendrick. This man is difficult to break. If you thought his feud with Kendrick couldn't get any worse, it did, and now it seems like everything is against him. Enduring best friend J. Prince has recently announced his intention to join the Kendrick team. In addition to criticizing Drake for abandoning him and coming out with information about him, J. Prince also teams up with Kendrick. What specifically did Drake do to enrage J. Prince to the point where he was prepared to throw Drake to the wolves as retaliation? Does this imply that J. Prince will no longer be defending Drake? Drake and J. Prince have a lot of bad blood. Now let's discuss it. Because J. Prince can't seem to keep his mouth shut about drama in the rap world and always wants to have a say in whatever drama is going on, fans began to speculate that he and Drake had a falling out when J. Prince didn't defend Drake when Kendrick was mopping the floor with Drake during their beef. This was very strange. As I previously mentioned, Drake is his boothing, so naturally, he's quick to jump in and defend him. As a result, fans of J. Prince called him out for abandoning Drake, saying things like, "Has J. Prince called Drake yet? How long before he tells him to end the beef? And when will we hear that there was a track aimed at Kendrick that was so disgusting that it would have led to violence?" J. Prince is silent because he and Drake had a falling out after Drake deceived him, according to a fan who claimed to have insider knowledge. They also allegedly said that J. Prince set Drake up to lose the brawl, stabbing him in the back. You may be wondering why J. Prince is such a big deal in this beef, and why everyone is so obsessed with hearing his opinion on this. Well, it has to do with J. Prince. The insider claimed, "I'm guessing J. Prince isn't by his side right now," which explains the loss because I think this would not have gotten this ugly had Mr. Prince been involved. No way he lets Cash Cow get screwed this bad. I'm thinking Drake backstabbed the boss LEL, if true, but I'm just wondering. Drake's entire career can be attributed to J. Prince and his family, as they were the ones who first discovered Drake on MySpace. Jazz Prince, J. Prince's son, saw Drake's potential right away and made plans for him. The Prince family also assisted Drake in getting signed to Arista Records and introduced him to Lil Wayne, who would later become Drake's mentor before Drake had an affair, but that's a tale for another time.
Dad told you to go out and find artists with a buzz.
Yeah.
Who'd you find?
Drake.
That was the first artist you found?
That was my, yep. That was my first artist that I went out to look for. I knew, I came across all the artists. I came across Soulja Boy before. I came across, that was when, everybody was like.
So, you could say that J. Prince was a major factor in making Drake the superstar he is today. Not only was he a mentor to Drake, but he also served as his personal bodyguard in the cutthroat music industry. When things got tough, Prince was always there to protect his golden goose. For example, when Pusha T attempted to get close to Drake, J. Prince was there to step in and set the record straight, according to TMZ. The CEO of Rap A Lot Records told us that Pusha is nothing more than an ant, and he issued a warning for the rapper. Some might interpret this as a threat, but he clarified that Pusha has nothing to worry about because he is not on Drake's level. Spoke out in support of Drake because when Kanye attempted to get into a feud with him in 2018, Drake also checked Kanye. J. Prince took to Twitter right away and said, "I met with Kanye West last night in Houston at the Rothko Chapel. It wasn't in my plans to meet him there, but I must say I'm glad I didn't let a worship place for God detour our meeting." He even shared a video of Kanye reading a script about getting back together with Drake, and let's be honest, it seemed like J. Prince had pulled some shady moves behind the scenes because, well, Kanye can be stubborn and a little crazy.
This is Jay and J. Prince. I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake. Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to put it to rest. I'm asking Drake on December 7th to join me on stage as a special guest to share the two biggest albums of the year, live in Los Angeles, with the ultimate purpose being to free Larry Hoover. I believe this event will not only bring awareness to our cause, but prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side and come together. Beautiful.
Here's one more turn. As soon as J Prince took a step back, Kenny began to criticize Drake again. He released a remix of that song, which made headlines and intensified the feud. But let's be honest, Drake kind of set things off when he hopped on Circo Loco with 21 Savage and rapped linking with the ops. I did that for J Prince. I did it for the mob ties. It felt like 17. 2 perks, frog eyes. And I've never been the one to go apologize. I'd rather hit him up once more. As a result, it's evident that Drake has only one person he's willing to listen to, and that's J Prince. J Prince is willing to take on the role of his personal bodyguard and watch out for Drake against everyone in the industry because, let's face it, an NBA youngster fired digs at Drake, so J Prince gave him some education. The boy, miffed that Drake would not work with him because of his allegiance to Lucas Dirk, chose to express his frustration in a song called At the Industry Part 2. He said, "Talked to Drake across FaceTime. He wasn't feeling me. He told me that he screwed with Dirk. Damn, that stuff getting to me. He told me that he liked the stuff I'm doing but can't do stuff with me. So when we cross paths, screw what you say, my enemy." Upon discovering the situation, J Prince was obviously offended that someone was. After his son was threatened, J Prince decided to head to Salt Lake City, Utah, along with Birdman, for a face-to-face with young boy. Following what must have been a tense exchange, J Prince took to Instagram to share a message. He wrote, "As you all can see, I had a wonderful time kicking it with the homies in Utah. On behalf of Lil Homie YB, I and my brother Birdman had a real face-to-face conversation. We talked about the past, the present, and the future. But most importantly, we left with mutual respect moving forward. Even though my meeting with Birdman wasn't planned, I must say, the Lord works in mysterious ways." He continued, "With that being said, I must address the song where my name and Drake's were mentioned. As I told you privately, I'll say publicly to Lil Homie, Drake is my son, he rolls with me. So, I think it's wise to remove him from your enemy list. The truth is, we've got nothing but love for Dirk and respect for your accomplishments." Given J Prince's history of defending Drake, it's surprising to some that he's been quiet during what's shaping up to be the biggest feud of Drake's career. Just a few days ago, when asked about Kendrick's track Not Like Us, which has been causing a stir, J Prince shared some intriguing thoughts.
James, last question. Do you like You Not Like Us?
The idea that someone who was once so fiercely supportive of Drake suddenly has anything to say about a savage diss track directed at him is difficult for Chili's Chili fans to comprehend. What happened to the guy? Did something truly go wrong between them? There has been a lot of buzz lately about J Prince and Drake allegedly having a falling out, but a juicy report suggests that J Prince didn't want to get involved in Drake's drama with Kendrick, because he didn't want his own skeletons to come to light. We've all learned that Kendrick is the last person to pick a beef with because he is ruthless and brutal, and J Prince probably didn't want the smoke from Kendrick, while not everyone views J Prince as a true gangster. There are rumors about him being involved in some Diddy-level antics in Houston, so let's just say that J Prince isn't about to risk his own secrets being revealed. Additionally, there are reports that J Prince's son has been using Area 29 clubs to bring women in for drag. Truly attempting to maintain PG, Drake isn't just hinting about Area 29. He's also showing off his street connections as J Prince. However, as more, remember how Takeoff's mysterious passing brought Drake's name into the mix as a suspect. J Prince was in a similar spot since his crew was supposed to be looking out for Takeoff until the end. Kendrick may have subtly referenced J Prince's involvement in Takeoff's passing during their recent beef. He talked about this in his 6-minute diss track, Euphoria. His father is a murderer. He wishes he were younger. They must have forgotten what they did. Dementia must run in his family, he continued, but let it get shaky. I'll leave his son in the car when many believed that Kendrick was making fun of Drake's biological father, but after some reflection, it appears that he may have been targeting J. Prince, who has served as Drake's industry father figure. If this is the case, then why may J. Prince have backed off? It's not implausible that J. Prince, who was a big-time kingpin on the streets of Houston before entering the entertainment industry, the potential that he's still entangled going head-to-head with Kendrick would run the risk of exposing those secrets, which is what fans believe caused J. Prince to abruptly withdraw. However, it appears that Drake may have figured out a way to entice Jay back into the spotlight and perhaps take another shot at Kendrick in the process. How is he planning to accomplish that? There are rumors that he is preparing a new diss track that will address everything from Rick Ross to Kendrick to even J. Prince. Drake is getting ready to drop round 2 with a new diss track. Rumors are rife with whispers that during his time in hiding in Toronto, he has been brewing some fire behind the scenes to remind Kendrick who's really in charge. DJ at Comics is the person leaking tea. He's been keeping fans informed about Drake's moves and handling the situation well, so many believe he's got the inside scoop this time around during one of his live streams. Given how crazy clubs can be, AK claimed to have heard that Drake performed a song for a crowd at a Houston club. However, the lyrics have not yet been confirmed.
I heard that there was a record that got played at some club. Not club, it was like, I guess it's a club in Houston, right? And the record's kind of sounding like Drake talking some shit. Now, is that the next?
To be honest, Drake has some serious damage control to handle. Not like we completely destroyed him, but AK's sources and instincts point to it being a Kendrick diss track. I'm amazed he even dared to show his face in public after that. However, there's something important to notice. At the end of the video, AK mentions that this diss track won't be his next single.
Now, is that the next record he's gonna put out?
Some fans are perplexed as to why it was reported that Drake was going to release a song called Man in the Mirror, which was allegedly a sample of Michael Jackson's classic of the same name. To be fair, if it was an MJ track, we'd probably have seen some buzz about it online by now, but it's been radio silent. Sure, clubs are loud, but there's no way a whole room of people wouldn't notice if it sampled a MJ song. So if it's neither a MJ track nor a Kendrick disc, what's AK hinting at? Is Drake working on something else entirely? We can't be certain, but it's evident that the reports about Drake playing a new track are genuine. Remember when he gave a preview of what Pluto would do for all the dogs before its official release? Drake's recent return to Canada and the fact that he even shared a photo with 50 Cent make him even more intriguing. Though many people think Drake might be taking a jab at Rick Ross, if you think Drake shared that merely because he was having fun with Fifi, think again. Sure, Fifi can crack a joke and is excellent company. Drake is fanning the flames again, but Kendrick is rumored to be writing again and soon to release a diss track. Fifth's support for Drake wasn't about agreeing with him, rather it was about the fact that he can't stand Rick Ross. To make contact with the booth round 2 may soon be approaching because of all the hard shots that Chelle has been delivering Drake. It's not sure whether J. Prince can avoid getting involved in this one, especially with Drake. Still furious by his treachery in the first round, supporters stated that if Drake is preparing for round 2, he probably will do it when he settles at home. When Takeoff passed away and his kid treated the man's lifeless body as though he were trash, J. Prince lost respect. This is why he hasn't addressed the Drake and Dot feud in BC. He knows we still remember Takeoff and is attempting to hide it. There may be other reasons. Things going on too. You know the loudest guys in hip-hop have never been silent before, so when Kendrick says, Drake must have stopped paying J. Prince because he'd been quiet as a mouse, the cheerleaders will return for the next Drake drop. Kendrick wins when the largest Drake cheerleaders in 50 arrive, and J. Prince remains silent. I suppose Drake isn't protected anymore because Kendrick even made fun of J. Prince Jr., and J. Prince is still silent. Whoa! Let's hear your thoughts in the comments below, and then watch this next video.